Hey, loves, I'm starting this recording at exactly 11:11, and that wasn't even on purpose. But I'm gonna do a weekly check-in for this week, for the week ahead. I know I'm a day behind, but there's been a tremendous amount processing. And as many of you may have noticed, I'm in the process of revamping the channel, and it's really going along with the energy of the last few weeks worth of messages that we've been getting. I want to thank you all so incredibly very much for being on this journey with me so far. I'm being guided to definitely up-level my services, my supports, and finding new ways to share. And I finally feel ready. There's been this vision that I've had for quite some time that I've been coordinating with my higher self and the powers that be. And it does feel like I'm finally ready to really step into those next levels. So I'm excited to share that here on Harmonious Hearts, I'm going to continue to share messages and support concerning the relationship energies, whether it's twin flames, divine counterparts, divine feminine, divine masculine, and just the energies of moving into the new relationship energies for our evolution on the planet. So it's going to be really dedicated to the relationship portion of our ascension. And then the channel that I had started out as Nourishing the Nervous System is now called Danielle Will. And on there, I'm going to be doing the overall generalized evolution ascension process so that I can support the overall energies for everyone who's interested. And that'll be supportive on the evolutionary energies. But then for those of you that really resonate also with the twin flame divine counterpart energies in the new relationship templates, this channel is going to be dedicated solely to those energies. So I know that many of you here probably will resonate with both. And I've, to some degree, been obviously attempting to focus on all of that on the channel. But again, both are their own intense, lovely awakening initiations. And I've been on that process and in that process within myself so deeply that I do feel guided to share and honor each of those initiations and honor each of them in their own respective spaces. I'm very excited about this. I'm excited about sharing with you in new ways. So, for those of you who have been here with me, just roll with me. I do have a vision, but I'm also aware that sometimes as we're changing and going through shifts, as you all know, there's, layers of the changes that happen. So things might get switched up a little bit. And I appreciate your patience and, of course, your feedback as always. But with that, I love you. And I want to do this weekly support check in to just see where the energies are for this week and what we can expect and how we can work with the current evolutionary energies. So I'm just going to roll with an initial card just to see where we're at to start this week for October 30th. Okay, I got two. So we have the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords. And with this, what I'm getting is our feminine, internal feminine aspects are really going into this receptive mode of downloading our higher codes and our higher purpose. We're receiving that information, or take some time this week for yourself to truly tune in to your connection to your higher power and hold sacred, quiet space to hear the new messages that are coming in for you. And what I'm also getting is actually our masculine side, our masculine energy is going to be taking action as we move forward through the week. But the masculine aspect of ourself is going to be taking action in a harmonious way with what our feminine energies are receiving intuitively and internally from the divine. So to me, this is speaking so much more deeply about coming into those energies and essence of our own inner union. And I have a quick message for the divine feminines on the channel that as we work this process, we're actually in essence, birthing the divine masculine energies onto the planet through us and allowing those energies to be stabilized through us and to us. And in our experiences, like I said in the last reading, that download was coming in that as we hold the space in the container for channeling and bringing in those divine masculine higher energies downloaded direct from source, we're actually supporting the physical world creation in a container to support the divine masculine collectives. Excuse me. It's not that we're doing the work for them, right? Or even internally. It's like we're as a divine feminine collective holding the sacred container for the masculines to go through their transformation. Okay. The same as the masculines held the foundation stably while the feminines were going through her transformation. Okay. And obviously, we're all still going through levels of transformation. We're here on this planet and we're growing every single day. So each day we are going through some levels of transformation, but there's these overarching energies where we're going through huge levels of transformation as we're embodying more and more of our energy and essence and our true core soul energy. Okay, because that's what's been happening these last few years with this transition is everything slowed down a few years ago, but what that slowdown allowed was for us to actually to get to know ourselves so that we're not just flying by the seat of our pants and we're actually grounding in and embodying these new creations and ways of being. So this week we are being called to internally focus on bridging that internal union of allowing our action-oriented aspects to truly align with our intuitive internal knowing, and so that our action steps in the physical world are fully guided via that higher intuitive knowing. So we're still able to take action, not always 100% in our high priestess mode only, but accessing both our high priestess and our action oriented abilities simultaneously. Okay. If you guys want, I could come on and do a video about working with these energies. If you would like that, let me know, drop it in the comments. I want to get, so I want my videos to start to be more information based. So if there's topics that you would like me to dive into or give information on, drop that in the comments. I actually have a lot in here that sometimes there's so much I haven't been certain of what to share. And that's the part that I'm being guided to shift to actually really own my connection and stepping into sharing those in a more succinct way. Okay, so kind of like the energy I'm speaking about, like pulling in the energies and the knowing and then sharing them action wise in the world in that sacred container, but in a digestible way. Okay, so that's an example of how we can work with all of those parts of ourself. Really, I think especially it's been important for the feminines to really honor working with their intuitive side and building their inner trust, and then having our own internal masculine energies protect us so that we can fully step into our creation energies. And when I say protecting, it's like we're learning how to have boundaries and layers of cushioning, I guess, versus protection. It's not like a fear-based protection. It's more of a these are my energetic boundaries so that I can care for myself as a being, but also share and be in service to the planet. And there's almost like these security levels, like where we can be open-hearted, right? Not, we don't have to be walled off or shut down or closed off, but we also don't have to be full blast wide open from our core with every single person. Like it's not even appropriate, right? So you have like this level and layer of working with the core of your heart and asking your heart to drop into its natural internal knowing of what level to share at in each moment. And the more we drop into trusting that within ourselves and trusting and listening to our heart in the sense of like, oh, okay, let's be open, let's have this conversation, let's have this exploration and see if we move to the next level of clearance, right? So you have, I'm kind of seeing this vision of having our heart space. It's our space where all of our energies meet and come in and manifest into physical reality, right? Like our arms and our hands are even extensions of our heart. So it's like the heart energy comes through in our creations through our hands, right? Through our voice, those types of things. So I'm seeing to practice with even breathing into and asking your heart to come into its natural rhythmic attunement with what are appropriate layers, right? So if we go out into the world, into a public space, we can have an open, friendly energy, but say that would be like level one, where the deeper layers of our hearts have a nice cushion, right? They're not walls or barriers, they're cushions. And as you know, you are in the world and you have that, you're open, and then you'll just naturally begin to attract and interact with people who are in alignment with that frequency. And then as you work within that, you might find people and connections and experiences that are ready to go to another layer of a deeper connection with you. You see what I'm saying? And so it's finding this beautiful flow that allows you to fully be who you are in each given moment, but also understanding what is appropriate for all parties involved, right? Because some of you have this big, giant, huge energy, and you go out into the world, and if you're on full blast, it's kind of blinding, right, for people. Or if you ever have experienced connecting with someone and you're talking to them, but it feels like they're like not paying attention or they're drifting off into another world, and you're like, man, that person wasn't, connecting with me, or they weren't paying attention. It could just be that their system was a bit overloaded by your information and your light and your energy. Because what I think happens with a lot of us who have been doing our deep work, we're doing this over time, and it's just a natural part of who we are. And then we go out into the world and we think it's just normal. But the truth is that if you've been unraveling a lot and bringing more of your energy into your body, you are emitting a completely different frequency than a majority of the population that's around you. So it's not that you're squishing who you are, it's just about meeting people where they are so they can actually receive who you are at the level that they can absorb. And I hope this is hitting and helping you understand what I'm saying. You still are completely being your authentic self, but you're not overloading people or burning yourself out in the process. It's like you're learning how to flow with this. And I think is what I'm noticing is that we give it our attention at first and we honor the process. It just becomes a natural part of our energetic field. And we start to learn how to dance with the different energies around us in the world. This, I think, is an important part of learning how to be in this world, but not of it. When you're the one who's aware, we're the ones who are responsible for how the world is receiving and interacting with us because we have that awareness. And it's these different layers of learning that tempered dance of being authentically who we are, but also being able to be digestible for the world around us, as well as having ourselves be able to digest the experiences that we're having. And I feel like this is a part of what we're being called to be aware of as we're moving into the times coming ahead. So if you have some time this week to just give yourself a bit of space to check in with these messages, of course, take what resonates, follow your intuition, but perhaps there's something within this. What I'm sensing is that it's almost like these messages are going to open up different pockets for you to explore on how you want to choose to interact with the world and how you want the world to receive you, or how you want to receive your connections in return as you're going through these experiences, because there is a lot going on in our world. And I know that many of us are here to support that transition, right? But we also have to be responsible for caring for ourselves and our energy, right? So this is where that unconditional love energy comes in, because it starts out with you being unconditionally loving for yourself and your energy, and being responsible for your health and well-being, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and relationally, in all of those areas. So as you're deciding what works for you, right, and what supports you, that's going to give you information on how you can be supportive to the world and in service to the world around you. Because it's very, very important that you come first. And you have to come first, because as you care for you and all of your being, then when you're interacting with the world around you, you're able to show up and be present in a way that is sustainable and healthy for you. And when you can show up in a sustainable and healthy way for you, that's when those interactions can become genuinely powerful in the present moment. And it allows for that more present, current, beautiful exchange to occur. So you can have a more powerful, meaningful connection and exchange in a 2-minute conversation that you're present in, versus being somewhere for 16 hours and you're exhausted. Do you see what I'm saying? It's more about the quality of your interactions versus the quantity of your interactions. Okay. It's about practicing and honing in on that ability to care for yourself unconditionally, and then be able to share unconditionally with others in a healthy way. You see what I mean? When we unconditionally love ourselves, we have those automatic cushions in place. And we know how to treat ourselves, and we know, okay, oh, you know what? I'm getting tired. It's time for me to go care for myself, versus over giving, right? Because that's not unconditional love. That's over giving, right? But you give and you share to your capacity, and then you go care for yourself and you fill up your tank. Okay. So this week, take some time to tune in with maybe some places and spaces where you can shore up your cushions for you, and think about the things that have worked for you in the past, or maybe some of the messages that came through today will be supportive in you even expanding on that and finding some new cushions for yourself, right? So cushions feel good, right? Like they're protective and soft for you. And even if you have a boundary with a person, from an energetic perspective, it's not like an ice cold metal wall. It's a cushion. They know you still care about them, but they also can honor and respect that you're going to take time to care for you, right? Because as you care for you and you fill up your cup, when you are present with others, you can be present in a quality way, quality time, quality connection, right? We're going to leave that there. I love this message. I love this energy. I'm exceedingly excited to share with you guys in my new ways. And I hope that you are too. I hope that you find this new upcoming information to be supportive for you. I love you so much. Of course, as always, I would love to hear from you. Your subscribes, likes, all that good stuff. The exchange is beyond appreciated. I love you so very much. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.